Hello and welcome to SGS Stalingrad. The purpose of this video is to provide a quick overview of how the gameplay works and tying the mechanics in together. Now we can start by having a card phase. We can see that we have our order cards over here. We have a 6 army support card here, and we have a replacement card. We're going to go ahead and play this immediately, and I'm going to go ahead and boost my pioneers over here, mechanized pioneers. We have a Leaping Horseman. This card is very good, but it will cost us 2 victory points. As you can see here, the 24th Panzer Division is ordered to attack the city. All units of the 24th Panzer Division receive a +1 combat and morale bonus this turn, only for use inside Stalingrad city. We also have observers. We're going to move into the next phase. We're currently in the reinforcement phase now, so we'll use our 6 army support card and place down the current reinforcement, which is barbed wire. We'll place it here. We'll place the stockpile of munitions and supplies here. And you can see here reinforcer summary and where they have arrived, such as the cemetery over here, for example. We'll move forward into the air and artillery phase. And as you can see, we have our artillery. Once we move out from the cards, let's go ahead and play the observer card and find some targets. We're going to attack the food combine this turn. As you can see, the food combine is defended. We'll go ahead and use another reconnaissance card here, and we'll see here that within the grain elevator there are additional forces. With our last reconnaissance card, we'll reveal the forces over here, and as you can see, a large concentration of force. Now we'll use our artillery. This has come from the 24th Panzer, come from the 24th Division artillery here, so we're going to use it to support our panzers. We'll have them fire upon the train station here. Now, due to the fact that this has only 3 movement points, I cannot make it. If you right click on the actual counter, you can see how far I can go. This one here from the 94th Infantry Division, I will have participate at the grain elevator. With that done, we've used our artillery. We do still have air power. And if I right click, move back down here, I can have the air power used over here. So right click on the stack, and then left click to move them to where you want, and where they can move within range. We have artillery over here from our corps level and army level headquarters. We're going to go ahead and use it over here too to support our forces. As you can see, it's moving down here on the map. And just like so, we have brought our air and artillery in. Now we have our cards. We're going to go ahead and play the Leaping Horseman card. And we're going to play our orders. I'm going to choose to unlock this stack. I will also unlock this stack here, and final stack to unlock would be this one here. As you can see, these stacks are now unlocked. These, however, do not have any movement points, and I just wanted to illustrate what happens if you unlock a unit. If it doesn't have movement points, you still can't move it, so bear that in mind. But we have our forces here. We're going to go ahead and take the stack of 3 out of 16 stacking value. We have a leader here which reduces the stacking value of the stack by -4, which is great. We're going to go ahead and move here. What I'm going to do here is right click on the stack, and let's see. We're going to go manual here and drag to the grain elevator where we're going to engage the enemy. We'll take a look at the stacking value of the province. You can see that we have currently 3 out of 20. In terms of air stacking, we have 3 out of 5, so we have plenty of room there. What we're going to go ahead and do then is see what we can do to achieve victory. I'm going to go ahead and bring in the 94th Division. As you can see, we have support, land artillery, siege bonus. We have 9 attack and 9 defense with 4 movement value. Importantly, because this region has a grain elevator, which is a structure and which will be besieged, having artillery will help with that and enable us to more likely gain control of the grain elevator this day. I'm going to move in the stack with 7 out of 20. This will combine for 12 out of 20 here. I still have room, but I'm running out of forces to use, so I will bring forces from elsewhere and bring them in here. We're now up to 15 out of 20. I'll bring an additional artillery here. 17 out of 20. And we have additional forces here. So I've been quite aggressive in using my forces. What I'm going to go ahead and do then is, as these forces lack movement, I can't move them to reinforce. I will instead use our forces over here. We're going to go for a big push on the grain elevator, just to illustrate what that would look like. As you can see, that brings us up to 20 out of 20. We're going to go ahead and click to proceed to the next phase. So we'll play out the Battle of Food Combine and let things run. If we had any cards to play, we would be playing them right now. Hopefully the Soviets will not, but you can see that our morale here is currently 9, and the Soviets have 5. So we're looking pretty strong here. We currently have an 8%, 90% now chance of victory. We may play our support cards as we have air power. We may play air support and incur additional hits upon the enemy. The defenders are going to play a card which looks like the grenades, which will increase the amount of damage they can inflict upon the enemy. So we're going to fight this out. As you can see here, the gold rolls indicate a successful roll. Red indicates that they missed. But we have achieved a victory here. You can see that the ruble has transferred control. As battle incurs increasing damage on the city, you will see more ruble. We'll fight a battle over here, which is our artillery. Oh, we do actually really luck out there and kill the Commissar, which is actually a really big hit. We're going to go ahead and play the siege out. We have a surrender level of 6, so we have a base of 1, we have a modifier plus 5, we have 4 siege units here, an artillery unit with besieger. And we'll roll and succeed. Excellent. So we have taken complete control of the grain elevator and the region surrounding it, and completely wiped the floor of the Soviets there. As you can see, our air power has returned. If I so wish to, I can play it as defense. So I can right click on the air power and left click here. And that will move them there. If the Soviets do bring in any air power, then it would incur a battle, but it would help to protect these forces. If land units move in here, they would also support. So moving to the next phase, we have replacements. We have 4 replacements. As you can see, that 1 equals 2 here, but for armor, which is more expensive, you can see 1 equals 1. So this is going to cost me more to reinforce the panzers. It's going to cost me less to reinforce the infantry, but it is definitely a very vicious balancing act, and it's one that you need to really prepare yourself for and be aware of what you need and how you are going to play. Infantry is king, but infantry is expensive. But you have to balance your needs. Armor is excellent, but low strength, so balance that need. I'm going to go ahead and actually invest in the armor here and bring the armor up. As you can see, that ran our points out very quickly. If I was to go ahead and select this infantry, I could probably gain more by boosting these units to near full strength than boosting just the panzers. But again, this is going to come down to what you want to do, how you want to achieve victory, and really the conditions on the battlefield before you. So bear that in mind. So spend our points like so. And we have here the end of the turn. Just ignore this. I'm still playing a developmental build, so there may be some little bugs here. And of course, the game is subject to change. At the end, you can see we have our summary. We have our victory, our defeat, our siege, casualties incurred on both sides, cards played by the different sides. We'll go ahead and move into the Soviet side here so I can show you guys the opposite. As you can see, we have our patrols. We're going to go ahead and play our patrol. Take a look at the stack. Of course, we're playing solo, so I know what is in there, but if you didn't, then that would help to reveal it. We're going to go ahead and place down barbed wire over here over Volga docks. I wish to hold on to this region. We'll play our 62nd Army support over here, and here as well, and here. And as you can see, we have reinforcements coming into the Volga. From the Volga, we have our air power and our artillery. We currently have no air power. We'll use our observers here then. Spot the different units. And over here as well. Get an idea of their stats. We have our artillery here from the 62nd Army. We're going to go ahead and bring it to the grain elevator, like so. As well as our air power, bring it to the grain elevator. We do have a little bit more artillery to the north. I'm going to go ahead and bring that down to support the attack on, well, the counter-attack on the grain elevator. We must take it back. As you can see now, moving into land movement. We have our orders. Orders allow us to unlock stacks. I'm going to choose to unlock this stack. And let's see. Unlock this stack as well. We have friendly civilians, so we can examine another stack if we so wish to do so. I will choose to examine this stack. As you can see, just rubble. We now move into the land movement. We have 6 out of 20 here. You can see here 20. We're going to go ahead and move into engage. These units couldn't move as these are fortifications and have no movement value. The units over here that can move will be moved. So moving some additional forces. And we're going to throw in our forces over here. Now, this is by far not enough. We need much more than that. But we do not have more than that currently over here. But we will still engage and try our best. As you can see, we have no naval assets over here. We can't transfer forces across the Volga River at this moment in time. But nonetheless, we'll fight the battle and see how we go. I think we're going to lose, but we'll lose gracefully. But we'll try and lose hard. So we have the Black Death here. So naval infantry troops present. Soviet side has +1. As you can see, that's going to play out. We have the air phase here with air support. We have AA to help shoot down the enemy aircraft here. We have close artillery support. Enemy units suffer 1 hit before the battle, which is a very nice, powerful card. So we're going to incur damage to the Axis forces here. We're going to fight this out. Now we have a 25% chance of victory. I think we're going to lose this. We have 7 morale versus 9 morale for the Axis. As you can see here, we're playing both sides, so I do have the option to retreat, and I do have the option to retreat for the Soviets. But currently looking at things, you can see that the Soviets have a very, very small chance of winning. If I was to choose to engage in this battle in a real game, it would not go well. It would just simply not go well. We just do not have the stats. Though our stats have been boosted over here, we have 6-7. We just don't have the strength, we just don't have the numbers, we don't have the support to win this. So we're going to go ahead and fight another day by retreating. As you can see here, we retreat. We have 34 hits incurred, 1 panic, 6 eliminations, 18 hits, 1 panic, 1 elimination at the Food Combine. We move into air defense mode, so once again, I could go ahead and take my reconnaissance squadron. And I can't move it into combat, as this is reconnaissance asset, it needs to have a combat unit there. As you can see, considered an invalid move. We'll move to the next phase. Replacements. We have cards like this, replacement cards, so I can choose individual units to bring up to full strength if I so wish. NKVD are probably good options for this. Also some Guards infantry will bring up to full strength, like so. Very important. And we'll spend. You can see that we have 8 replacements here. The Soviets don't lack, or don't tend to lack on manpower, so use this to your advantage. And just boost the units you need to stay in the fight. You must stay in the fight as long as you possibly can in order to achieve victory. And just like so, we move into the end of the turn. And that will conclude a playthrough here. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.